Hello and welcome everybody to day 2 of the Arena Open. This will be draft number 1. And after 5 or 6 attempts at the Arena Open day 1, we finally made it into day 2 with arguably my best sealed deck ever. Now, I only posted my first sealed and my last sealed on YouTube, but I do have my second, third, fourth, and fifth attempts on my Patreon channel, so you can definitely check it out and watch me tilt off like no other. Anyways, today is the day where we can win up to $2,000. What do we need to do? Well, in draft number 1, I need to pick up at a minimum of 3 wins or 4 wins. If I go 3-1 or 4-0 in best 2 out of 3 matches, I make it into the second draft. Then, in the second draft, if I go 4-0, I will get $2,000 at 3-1. If I'm 4-0 in this pod, I have a loss to give in the second draft, so I can go 4-1 in the second draft to make $2,000. But all you need to know is I gotta win, and I gotta win a lot to make it into the second draft, and then win even more to make $2,000. Now, before I head into this draft, I wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Check out TCGplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. If you want to purchase cards at the most competitive prices, make sure you check them out. Click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Additionally, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories, high quality deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. All right, it's time. It's like 7 in the morning. I'm a little tired. I got my ginormous coffee. I am ready to go. Let's find a draft table. All right, it's time. All right, we have a couple of options here, okay? We have the Wandering Rescuer, which I think is kind of in a vacuum the best card in this pack. I also really love Fear of Being Hunted and Optimistic Scavenger, but I really think the Wandering Rescuer is nice, but I'm not entirely sure that it's better than Optimistic Scavenger. White is the aggressive color, 1-drops are fantastic, and I've had Scavenger be really, really good in both red, white, and blue, white. So I actually think the Scavenger might be the pick here. Yeah, I'm going to go with it. I prefer red to white, so Fear of Being Hunted would be the other consideration, but I'm going to take the Scavenger here. The thing is, when I go green, white, or black, white, those are not the colors that I really want to pair with white necessarily. So when I pair white with red or blue, I think the Scavenger, I mean, the Wandering Rescuer might be a little bit better in red-white, I'm not sure, but yeah, let's go with the Scavenger here. Now moving into this pack, it's kind of interesting. So the best quote-unquote card, the rare is missing. The best card here in the pack is probably Clockwork Percussionist. Curse Windbreaker's okay, I like it more in the blue-green Manifest deck. Glimmerburst is also fine to go with the Scavenger, but it's something that I don't really like taking this early. So there's a couple of enchantment cards, but I think I'd rather just take the Percussionist here and keep my options open. I just think this is a premium common, and I'm just taking it earlier and earlier now, just because of how good I think the card is. So let's take the Percussionist, start the draft off with 2 1-drops, and kind of see which direction I need to go. And obviously in red-white, this is a perfectly fine start as well. Moving on to this pack, I think Glassworks, without a doubt, is the best card in this pack. Fear of Immobility is okay. Say Its Name is okay if I'm doing the Delirium thing. But for me, I think Glassworks is just great in red. Also an enchantment for the Scavenger. Gonna slam it here. And move on. Okay, pack 4, we have a Root White Survivor, which is a decent card in a more aggressively slanted deck. Like if I wanted to go red-green, certainly fine. If I was interested in maybe a blue-white enchantment deck, then the Surveyor could be an option along with the Meat Locker. There's also a Murder, which is actually not even that good. I mean, if I wanted to be like a red-black sacrifice deck, I could see taking it, but there's just no reason to go away from the red cards. I also am a pretty decent fan of the Ticket Booth, and I don't think there's any card here that's significantly better. So I'm just going to take Ticket Booth. I always like the first copy of this in most of my red-based decks anyways. It's an enchantment for the Scavenger. So I'm going to take it here, noting that I do see some blue cards. But what's really going to make me want to pivot is the existence of good signpost uncommons. And then if I see the signpost uncommons, then I'll pivot in that direction. Here, the best card is Lionheart Glimmer, I believe. There's another ticket booth. Everything else is kind of mediocre. Winner's Intervention's okay. Hardened Escort's okay. But I do like the Lionheart Glimmer if I do draft, for example, an aggressive red-white deck, especially one that's looking to go wide. If I have the Manifest Twins, the Midnight Mayhem cards like that, then the Lionheart Glimmer certainly gets better. But I do like it as my top-end threat in a red-white strategy. Also, it's an enchantment. So we're actually doing a really good job of drafting enchantments to go with kind of a red-white shell, although we are missing kind of a lot of the cheap stuff here. Moving on to pick number 6 here, we have Let's Play a Game, which is a really great card in the Delirium deck. I think, so this surprised me. This is one of the highest win rate cards in Black-Green Delirium. For us, I mean, not seeing a ton of green. Granted, I do see a baseball bat, but I'm not going to take baseball bat. There is a Fear of Immobility, which I think I'm going to take. If there's some world where I kind of pivot away from red and go into blue-white, I know having a couple of 5s is kind of awkward, but it's a fine card at the top end of the curve. I don't want to play too many 5s, and this is one of the worst ones to play, but I will just take it just because, hey, if I'm light on playables, which in this setting where there's a lot more, there's a lot of good drafters, you might have to play with some cards you're not used to playing. So I will take the Fear of Immobility here. Moving on to this pack, we have a nice combat trick in the Jump Scare, but I think I just want to take a 2-drop here instead, noting that it's really easy to get X number of spells in red-white. You have Jump Scare, you have Turn Inside Out, you have just removal spells, so they're pretty easy to pick up, and you know, Ragged Playmate's not anything special either, but it's still important to be able to curve out and have 2s. So I'm going to take my first 2-drop here over anything else. There's a Late Wary Watchdog as well and an Innocuous Rat. The thing is, I'd move into red-black if I saw maybe Final Vengeances or Disturbing Mirths, but I haven't seen anything like that, so I will just take the Playmate here. Moving on to this pack, we have, not a big fan of Living Phone. I do like the Conductive Machete, but one thing that I've noticed, it's just, red-white has several double-pipped cards, and mana has really been an issue for me, and it looks like we're going to have enough playable cards here, and red-white has a million 4-mana cards. You have Friendly Ghost, Most Valuable Slayer, and the Manifest Twins, all of which are completely fine options at 4, so I'm not going to take the Machete here. I'm actually going to take the red-white land here, just to make sure that my mana is going to be good here, just because I feel like I'm probably going to end up with enough playables. Generally, when I draft red-white, I always have to cut like 4 or 5 cards. All right, moving on to this pack. I kind of hate Infernal Phantom in red-white. I think I'm just going to take a Peculiar Lighthouse for a speculative splash land. Looks like red-white, it looks like we might be fighting some people for red-white here. I will take Emerge from the Cocoon in case I have to go big. So Fear of Immobility might work its way back into the equation here. Well, I'm not going to go into black most likely. I'll just take the red card, I guess. Look at me taking gems when I'm playing for $2,000. Anyways, I mean, I'm never splashing or swapping to any of these. I've seen people play Soul Rager in a red-white deck. It involves lots of rooms, of course. We already have 2, so we'll put that in as a potential option, but unlikely to make it in. All right, yeah, just not tabling anything good here. People in this draft are in the know, so there's a lot less room for speculative picks. We need to make sure we take things that end up in our deck. The interesting thing is I didn't see a ton of 2s, and red-white has a million 2-drops. There's a million 2-drops. I mean, there's Glimmerlight, there's the Playmate, there's Hand That Feeds, there's the Cheerleader, there's Fear of Surveillance. So any one of those would work. Obviously, Fear of Surveillance would be ideal just because it's an enchantment for the Scavenger. Wow, this is... Okay, so we have 2 options here. We have Split Skin Doll and Betrayer's Bargain, and I just need 2-drops. I'm going to value the Doll over the Bargain, even though I think Bargain is a premium removal spell. Split Skin Doll is a premium creature. It's just 2 mana, 2/1 draw a card. That's great. Let's go ahead and take that there. A little sad that I obviously had to pass the Betrayer's Bargain, but okay. All right, we're picking up some premium 2s now. We got a Split Skin Doll into Arabella. Hopefully we can table Unsettling Twins, Hand That Feeds, or Glimmerlight. One of those cards I would love to table. There is an Under the Skin, which is quite a powerful card, but we are going to slam the Arabella here for us. So starting pack 2 off great with 2 fantastic 2s. And now we have an interesting choice. It's between Betrayer's Bargain and Surgical Suite. I really need an interaction rather. So I think I might take the Bargain, although the Suite combos really nicely with some of the cards that we have. Yeah, I mean, I only have the one Glassworks. I got to take the Bargain. But both are very good. We've had multiple packs with just premium cards, and it's a little unfortunate, but I will take the Betrayer's Bargain here. The Exile clause on this is also really, really nice. And now I'm really happy picking up another Percussionist. Combos actually very well with the Betrayer's Bargain as well. So really, really loving that. Also combos really, really well with Turn Inside Out, which is why that's the combat trick people tend to favor over Jump Scare in red-white, although both are fine. Oh my gosh. Come on, Arabella. Oftentimes, your red-white decks are judged on how many Arabellas and Midnight Mayhems you have, and we just picked up 2. So this pack has been absolutely amazing. Double Arabella, Betrayer's Bargain, Split Skin Doll, and a Percussionist. Love, love, love it. Now, I love all these cards here on the right too, particularly Most Valuable Slayer and Turn Inside Out, but obviously we're not going to pass the Arabella, and then also noting there's a Bookworm in this pack. But amazing, amazing pack number 2. Here, I have a Glimmer versus Ticket Booth. I'm going to just take the Glimmer. This card is just such a good top-end creature to play. It's so, so annoying to deal with, so I'm going to take that here. And now I'm going to just take one of these. That's a second Mind Skinner, by the way. I'm going to take Ripchain Razorkin. I've played this before. I'm not proud of it, but I have played it before. All right, there's a Cheerleader. That's a 2-drop. I don't love the Cheerleader. I actually think it's one of the worst 2-drops to play in red-white, surprisingly. But a 2-drop's a 2-drop. Like, I've had red-white decks that have trophied, and it really doesn't matter what your 2-mana card is. Cheerleader, whatever, right? You just want to curve out and have a 2-mana 2-2 in play. I've played Friendly Teddies before, just because I needed a curve filler. Okay, that's another Fear of Immobility. I'm gonna, you know what? I guess I'll just keep taking this. Grab the Prize is just terrible if I'm looking to be red-white aggro. I don't even have that much Delirium stuff. If there's a world where I need to sideboard into like a big red deck, I will take these cards as options. There's an Impossible Inferno or a Friendly Teddy. I'm going to take the Teddy. That's if, Jump Scare with 3 cards left. I mean, there was a pack with 1 million red cards, so red certainly seems to be hotly contested. But I am very, very happy with that Jump Scare. Hopefully I don't have to play the Friendly Teddy. And this is, 14 cards, and we have a couple of cards in the sideboard that are completely fine to play. Here we have, Valvagot's Lair is kind of cool. It's a mana fixer. We obviously opened one of the best rares in the entire set, but it's not in our color. Should have been blue-white, right? Optimistic Scavenger Overlord. Anyways, Painter Studio is fantastic. I absolutely love this creature. Most Valuable Slayer is also quite good, but not quite on the level of Painter Studio. Absolutely love this card. Also great with the Scavenger. So we're going to slam it here. Card advantage, pumping your team. It just kind of does everything that you want. All right, moving on to this pack. We have Seize from Slumber as a removal spell. There's a Disturbing Mirth, which is a premium uncommon. There's Orphans of the Wheat and Vicious Clown. Vicious Clown's a little more replaceable. I do like Orphans of the Wheat a fair amount. Turns on your survival cards. I don't think I want to take Seize from Slumber in a red-white aggro deck. So yeah, I'll take Orphans of the Wheat. Also, if I'm looking to go wide, this also helps. It's just a solid 2-drop. Maybe we'll table the Vicious Clown or the Jump Scare out of this pack. And now we have a Glassworks. All right, that's interaction. We definitely need some more. We only have 2 removal spells right now. There's nothing else in this pack for us. There's the Marvelous Marvin, but not good in this deck. It's actually surprisingly decent in red-black because a lot of the uncommons have sacrifice abilities. Don't really like Savior of the Small. There's a Beastie Beatdown, but happy enough with a Glassworks here. And yep, this is around the time where you'd expect to take a Vicious Clown, and we will take one here. I mean, this deck isn't absurd or anything. Pack 2 was obviously awesome because we got the uncommons. We have 0 rares, but what we do have, which is a nice backup plan. Any red-white deck is capable of winning if you just have a good curve, some interaction, and some combat tricks. And that's what we're looking at here. Here, there's a Roaring Furnace, but I actually love Surgical Suite. And Roaring Furnace, if you can't cast Steaming Sauna, is just okay. Whereas Surgical Suite allows us to have a card that gets back Arabellas, Split Skin Dolls, and Optimistic Scavengers, and doubles down as a way to make your creatures bigger when you attack. Absolutely love getting this card here. 6 pick. Absolutely love it. All right, and now we have this pack. We have no 4-drop, so there's Friendly Ghost, Vicious Clown, or Ticket Booth. I'm going to take Ticket Booth, I think. Yeah, I like having 2 copies of this card. And the Vicious Clown is also fine. But the tiebreaker here for me is the existence of the Optimistic Scavenger. I think they're both kind of close. It's not like Vicious Clown is absurd, especially because we don't have slamming Most Valuable Slayer. We don't have any of the ways to make a bunch of tokens, so this can't just get absolutely huge. Right? If I had Midnight Mayhems, for example, the tiebreaker would be Vicious Clown, and I would take it. If I had the Manifest Twins, the tiebreaker would be Vicious Clown. But given that I don't, I will take Ticket Booth number 2. But I think it's very close. All right, that's Cheerleader versus a Playmate. I'm going to take Playmate. Cheerleader is interesting and all, but I think this is really, really great with the double Arabella. So I will take that. Now, week 1 of the format, I would have slammed the Cheerleader, just so you all know. Week 1 of the format, I would have slammed the Cheerleader. But I think things have changed, and this has been surprisingly good. Just sometimes you run out of gas, and you need a way to push through damage, and the Playmate does an excellent job of that. All right, wow, nobody's Red Black Sacrifice. This is literally the best Rakdos uncommon in the set. And we're seeing it pick 10, but happy enough with Jump Scare. And you know what? This is a deck that I'm completely satisfied with. It's not absurd. It's not a deck where I go, oh, I'm gonna 5-0 easy, right? It's not that type of deck. Or 4-0 rather. But, like I said, good uncommon, 2 Arabellas, a few combat tricks. I cannot complain about this configuration that I have. Do I want Attack in the Box? No, I think I'd rather take Cult Healer as a sideboard card for the Boros Mirror, because this is a 3-drop. It trades with a lot of things early and gives me a lifelink when I play an enchantment, which helps me race. But yeah, I don't even have to look at any of the other cards. This is just literally the cards that I'm going to play. Now, I wish I had a few more 4s. I did take a Ticket Booth, but I didn't have 3s either, right? I didn't have 3s either. Like, I would have taken 4... you know, if I see a late Friendly Ghost or something, I would have certainly played it, but don't have anything like that. So this is the configuration, and I don't think I'm going to play 17 lands. Our curve is kind of low. This average curve, don't let that fool you, because a lot of these rooms count as like their mana cost combined. So look, this is my real curve, 2.2. Wait a second, 2.2 might be a 16 lander. Hold on. 2.2 might be a 16 lander, but what would I play here as my last card? So it's between like Ripchain, Razorkin, and Attack in the Box? Probably. I don't think I want another 5-mana creature and go down to 16 lands. You know, honestly, if I had like a really great cheap card to play here, let's say a turn Inside Out, I think I would play 16 lands, but given my options, it's just, these are not exciting options, right? Attack in the Box, yeah, I can make it unblockable. Or Fear of Immobility, or if I had another Most Valuable Slayer, but I just don't. So again, this is also best of 3. There's no hand smoothing going on here either. So I think I'm just going to play it safe. We have a bunch of rooms to use as mana sinks too. So let's just go with the full 17 lands here. 17 lands. Let's get it done. All right. Now, before I head into round 1, I just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best place to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. I want to give a special shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Additionally, joining the Patreon, even just joining it for absolutely free, I do just post free videos. Sometimes I just make too much content and there's not enough to post on YouTube. So I just put excess videos up there on the Patreon. So my 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th attempts, for example, in the Arena Open Day 1, if you just want to watch extra Seal Deck builds, check out the Patreon. All right, time to play. This deck, what do I think about it? I think it's fine. Nothing too special. I'm hoping to make it into day 2. But It's got a good curve, it's got removal, but no, it's not, you know, super heavy on bombs or anything. All right, let's go. On the play, keeping this, turn 1 Percussionist into Orphans of the Wheat, curve out. Speed down. We got the Surgical Suite here. All right. We have Defaced Gallery. I'm just gonna play Orphans of the Wheat here. Okay. Need land number 3. Hey, we played 17 lands, Arena. Come on. You gotta be cool. We played 17 lands. We were showing so much restraint. I feel like we deserve a land here. It's only fair. All right, grab the prize is an excellent thing for us to see, but we need to be able to punish them. Sadly, we didn't draw land, but we did draw an Arabella, right? So that's a great card to draw. So this is lots and lots of pressure. But we really, really, really want to land. The great thing is our deck can function off of 2 lands, but they're certainly going to play something of importance here. Deface Gallery next turn is actually still a very, very good option. And, you know, if they play it, I don't... Oh, Grasping Longneck, sure. Oh, there is the land. I'm actually curious what I need to be doing here. I can play Deface Gallery because that just forces damage through. Now, if I do, that does have the Arabella trade with the Grasping Longneck. And that they will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That seems pretty good. I mean, what's the other option? I can attack as a 5/4, but that still trades. I can play a Vicious Clown and just attack with Orphans of the Wheat. Yeah, maybe that's good. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. That way, this gets a blocker out of the way. And I'm sure they're going to block. The reason why I did this, though, is because if I draw land number 4, I can play Surgical Suite plus Deface Gallery, and that seems like a really fantastic turn, just in terms of how I use my mana. Like I said, the alternative... The thing is, the Arabella is still just going to be able to attack next turn, right? So the alternative was to play a card, but that doesn't continue developing my board. And I just don't know how good that is. How did they already have Delirium? What the hell? Okay, well, I guess my Arabella can't even attack anymore. That's unfortunate. Okay, we didn't draw land. All right, so then the only play here is to play Ticket Booth. Because that pumps up the Vicious Clown, and we can attack for 4 at least. Manifest Shred the Glimmer. I mean, this is terrifying. They have Delirium early. And they're at a pretty high life total. We would draw... So this is the thing with Boros. Like, you need to draw a key combat trick or a removal spell to kind of stay in it. Otherwise, you know, they're going to be able to stabilize. Looks like they have a turn inside out, maybe? I would have loved that card. Yeah, great turn for the opponent. That is a fantastic turn. They got to trade with a creature and still put a 2/2 in play. So, kind of, we are putting... Our backs are getting against the wall here. Land for Most Valuable Slayer would be fantastic. Or a removal spell for whatever their follow-up is. That's kind of what we're hoping for here. Okay, well, that's not reasonable. That's not reasonable. But that's what I was saying, though. Like, if I play against bombs, obviously it's just bad for me. You know what I mean? Like, if I play against bombs, it is what it is. Do I block to try to hit a land? I can return Arabella next turn. No, I'm just gonna take it. Yeah, this is stupid. This is absolutely stupid. All right, let's play Painter Studio, try to hit our land drops. All right. Well, I guess I'll block this turn if they attack me. I was even being responsible and played 17 lands. We've looked at 16 cards. We've looked at 16 cards. Sometimes, to be fair, our opponent's deck's awesome. Like, grab the prize, I understand, because you're trying to get Delirium, and, I mean, they have a fantastic, fantastic deck. I don't know that I'm gonna beat them, just in general. I'll keep Mountain up so I can play the Ragged Playmate if I draw land. Okay. All right. Playing some blockers here, hoping they have nothing. Although Tunnel of Hate plus Wildfire Wickerfolk is also just something I probably can't beat. This is why I like the red-green Delirium deck a lot more than red-white. You're still capable of getting somewhat aggressive starts, but your late game is just so ridiculous. Like, the problem with this, and this is why I have such a low win rate with Boros, is just, if you just hiccup even a little bit, there is no coming back. You just die. All right. Anyways, our opponent just has, like, the best Delirium deck I've seen, minus the Boiler Bilge's Ripper. And I think this is going to do it here for us. All right. Yeah, we're dead. Okay. All right. Well, let's hope they stumble, but their curve looks amazing. Double Wickerfolk, Roller Crusher Ride. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, right? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to just beat them down and kind of hope for the best. And nothing in my sideboard really helps. So let's just keep it the same way. I mean, that opener was great, right? This is the same type of hand. I mean, I'm going to keep it, but let's hope we can get there, right? Mountain Plains, Double Percussionist, Cheerleader, Orphans of the Wheat, Lionheart Glimmer. This is a weird hand, though, because I need lands and spells. But for now, I'll just take lands, okay? I will accept lands. All right, we'll play Orphans of the Wheat. This thing's going to actually hit for a lot next turn, potentially. And I can play the Cheerleader and give it flying, too, which is really great. Yeah, so let's just attack with huge Orphans of the Wheat. Boom. Smack for 5. And there's the jump scare, right? So the jump scare is fantastic as it's just an excellent combat trick here. They're going to need a removal spell here, most likely. They do have Monstrous Emergence, so they might want to kill the Orphans of the Wheat. Okay, it is just a Wildfire Wickerfolk. All right, so we drew a land. So this is really interesting because I can attack with Orphans of the Wheat and turn it into a 5/4, or just attack with the Cheerleader. If I make this into a 5/4, and they block and turn inside out with a Ragged Playmate, I can still jump scare to keep my Orphans of the Wheat alive. So I think I'm going to actually do that. I think this can either get in more damage or trade or do some better trades. So And I am interested, I think, in saving Orphans of the Wheat through turn inside out. Oh, they just had nothing. Great. That's even better. Right? It's either deal 2 damage or kill a 2/2. And I think I'd just rather kill a 2/2. It does not seem bad, right? Grab the prize. Do they have Delirium? Not yet. Oh, they do. What the? Oh, artifact creature, sure. Yeah, they just can't attack us, though. So now we're in a good spot because a land is also really good. Wary Watchdog, sure. There's no shot they attack me, right? I would love for them to attack me, but... Okay. So now I think I'm at the point where I want to just attack in the air. Because I have... I can potentially set up a lethal jump scare attack with the Orphans of the Wheat. And let's just keep developing a wide board here, which is obviously very, very good with the Lionheart Glimmer. Oh wait, I am an idiot. I am an absolute idiot. I could have just attacked with Orphans of the Wheat. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's horrible. Oh my gosh. I mean, that could have been the difference right there. That could have been the difference right there. Oh my gosh, that was absurdly bad. I know the comment section is gonna give me, gonna roast me, and that was really, really bad. I was only counting. Oh no! It's not. It would have traded with the Wicker Folk, but I could have used. Okay, well. I could have used this to trade with a Wicker Folk, so I could have gotten in for more damage. So this has Delirium. Yeah. Oh, that was really, really bad. Oh my gosh. So this gets +4/+4, right? If I go Lionheart Glimmer, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay. Yeah, missing out on that attack was so bad. Because I could have, yeah, I mean, I could have used the jump scare on the, to finish off the Wicker Folk. I mean, I still have the jump scare now. Maybe this ends up being better if I can find a way to kill them with the jump scare, but we shall see. Okay, they're... No shot. Really? Okay. I'm at 15 life. I mean, Double Strike is obviously very, very good. If I attack with these, they don't really do much because the most valuable Slayer can eat it. Hold on, I gotta think here. All right, let's do this. When this attacks, it attacks for 3, 4, 5. It becomes a 5/4. What do I want to give Double Strike? The Orphans of the Wheat? So 3/2, 4/3. All right, we'll do that. So most valuable Slayer can block the Glimmer, but then I get an attack in for the with the Percussionist, which I like. They have to block Orphans of the Wheat, I think. I guess they could block Percussionist if they really want. But the thing is, Jump Scare, Orphans of the Wheat, Tunnel of Hate is... I mean, that is my victory condition here. God, that one no attack was so bad. Wait, they just chose not to block? Okay, that's also a good victory condition. My opponent just conceding. All right. That is a thing. Let's see. On the draw, does that change anything? Like, do I want Fear of Immobility? I just feel like this is my deck. I'm curving out and I'm beating down, and there's just nothing here that seems better than what I have, so. All right, let's give this a whirl. Not much in the form of a sideboard. I barely had enough playables for my deck. Let's get another good draw. Our opponent has Roller Crusher righted us twice already. Hopefully they don't do it a third time. Gonna keep this. Would love to just draw Percussionist or Scavenger turn 1 so I can play a Split Skin Doll turn 2 and not have to discard. Maybe that's greedy, but I did it. I did it. Okay, okay. Okay, that's at least 1 damage coming in. Grab the prize. Wildfire Wickerfolk. Okay, sure. I will play the Split Skin Doll. Roll attack. And I will attempt to block with the Split Skin Doll. I do also have Betrayer's Bargain plus Percussionist, so that's a nice little combo. What? Okay. I am extremely happy with that exchange, let me say. Okay. This is really interesting because I want to get value off the Scavenger, but like playing Ticket Booth, just playing Ticket Booth seems better. But what I can do is play Scavenger and then try to Betrayer's Bargain. But I don't know if that's good either. It's probably better just to play Ticket Booth. I don't know. Is it a lot better? I don't know. I'm just going to play the Scavenger. It's a much worse use of my mana, I will say. But I do have the flexibility of casting Betrayer's Bargain. It would only be bad if I hit the Lionheart Glimmer. Wow, they are very aggressive. I mean, honestly, I probably will Betrayer's Bargain. Wary Watchdog, okay. That is an interesting sequence there. I'm going to exile the enchantment here so they get further away from Delirium. And let's play Orphans of the Wheat. Most Valuable Slayer. That's really annoying. Oh my gosh. Alright. We're racing. I mean, they ended up getting the extremely aggressive draw here. But it's okay. I want to play the Percussionist to chump. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So let's play Most Valuable Slayer. It's a good blocker too. And then let's attack with Orphans of the Wheat. Let's pump it, tap the Scavenger, and get in for 4. And then play Percussionist to block. Yeah, I mean, maybe I just... maybe the Betrayer's Bargain was not ideal. But these Percussionist is super nice. Just giving me that extra chump blocker is huge. Like, don't take 5, draw a card. It's amazing. Bashful Beastie is also amazing. Oof. Oof. Okay. Okay. Let's think about this. Let's play Ticket Booth. Arabella Manifest on Ticket Booth? That's absurd. Yeah, I mean, I need to find some way to like push through a bunch of damage, and I think it's just kind of trying to go all in here on Orphans of the Wheat. So let's do that. All right, I got to do some math here. So if I hit them for 4 and they don't block, or rather 5 and they don't block, they go to 9. Then 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right, we can set up a lethal. Potentially. Let's keep this back to block the most valuable Slayer. Oh, it's 6 actually. All right, that's good. I would not like to tap anything. All right, it's very close. Very close. They can Roller Crusher ride us for 2. I have an Arabella as well, which if I flip up Arabella, that's really, really good. I can drain them for 3. Oh, and they're Painter Studioing? That's good for us. Hopefully. Okay, that's a Percussionist. So we can jump scare for the win next turn, depending on what they do. Because the Orphans of the Wheat attack for 6 with Most Valuable Slayer and my enchantment. And then I give it flying, and that's an attack for 8. Ah, okay. So I do need to be mindful of turn inside out, unfortunately. So let me think here. Let me think. So I don't want to double block, because if I double block and they turn inside out here, they kill both my creatures, and then I don't have enough to kill them. I'm 1 damage short. So let's go to blockers, block here, and block here, I guess. Those are our only blocks. These are the only blocks that plays around turn inside out. They're going to play Percussionist, probably. Okay, we got it! Woo! Yes! Yes! Okay. Oh, man. That was a closer race than anticipated. I'm not 100% sure on my sequencing, but at least we identified what we need to do to win, and we went with it, right? So, this gives flying. Let's go to our turn. Let's do this. Let's give this flying. Attack. Let's go! All right, got the first one. Got the first one. Our opponent had an excellent Delirium deck, but they just drew only like random creatures, and we were able to push through enough damage. That one feels good after that rough game 1. Wow. And that game 3, I'm just, yeah, I need to, there are a couple of questionable sequencing decisions there, and I'm not sure they ended up panning out for us. So I just need to be more careful. All right, on the play, which is great. 3 planes, all red cards. Of course, we're gonna mulligan. We simply cannot afford to keep a hand like that. This is an interesting hand because I don't know what to bottom. Actually, it's just jump scare. It's just jump scare. Like, bottoming a land just seems kind of crazy here. I have so much to do with my mana with all the rooms. So I just go turn 2 Cheerleader, turn 3 whatever, right? Painter Studio maybe if I have to. Hopefully I hit like a land and a spell or 2/2 drops. That would be ideal. Creeping Peeper. Okay. Painter Studio seems bad. This is not ideal, but I'm going to just play Orphans of the Wheat. If I draw a 2-drop, that's going to be great. I can return Acrobatic Cheerleader and make this attack for a good amount. Let's see what they play. Okay, no, this is perfect. Okay, so we can go Surgical Suite. Get back Cheerleader. Deface Gallery. Attack. Tap down the Cheerleader. Boom. Attack for 4, and we have a Flying Cheerleader. So that's great for us. They're down to 16. And then we have Hospital Room as an option, which is a lot worse against removal. So I feel like I want to continue adding to the board. So I think Painter Studio is what I want to do next turn. But we'll see what they do. Well, you know, the thing is, though, they have a 1/3 Vigilance. Oh, no. I have Deface Gallery. I have Deface Gallery. Okay. We're okay. So some kind of blue-red rooms deck. Alright, they made a 3/3, which is fine. So I'm going to take 2, but like both my creatures can still attack and not worry. Trading Orphans of the Wheat for a 3/3 seems totally fine. They have a Glassworks in their deck. That's something to be mindful of. And yeah, this is not a situation where I want a Hospital Room. So like I said, I'm going to go with Painter Studio here. See if I hit something good. 2 lands. Ugh, that's just disgusting. That's gross. I have 2 lands in my hand! Oh well. Yeah, I mean, that's really unfortunate, hitting 2 lands. Like, just 1 spell would be nice. You know what I mean? Just 1 spell. Oh, gosh. I mean, I do technically still have stuff to do with my mana. Oh, they found they have a Glassworks. Yeah. Oh well. What can you do, right? We mulligan, then we drew 8 lands. The classic Boros Stumble. 9 lands. 9 lands. Do you guys like lands? Why? Why? 4 spells. All 4 of these spells were in our opener. Okay, I mean this... I guess maybe we're just supposed to lose every game 1. This is... I need... you know what? I should have purchased flood insurance. That's what I should have done. Our opponent's deck doesn't even seem that insane. It looks fine, but like I dislike the Megalodon. I guess there were Apparition can, but like this is totally a beatable deck. If I had a normal hand of Magic cards. You know what? Let's just draw 1 more. Why not? All right, we're dead. Okay. All right. What were they? Blue-red rooms. This having reach could be relevant. No, but I don't want to play a 3 toughness against Glassworks. No, I really do like my main deck configuration here, so. Well, at least the second match might be quick. We'll see. Well, hopefully I can turn this around. Oh my gosh. I mean, I gotta mulligan this too. Okay, this is a good hand. I'll bottom. Oof. What do I bottom? Certainly not these 2. Playmate plus Arabella is a nice combination, but I don't think I'm actually going to be able to pull it off, so... Like, they're just so likely to have a removal spell, too. I'd rather have my lands and have the ticket booth going. This just gives me something to do if I draw 10 lands again. No Dragonfire, please. I said please. Unreal. No no glassworks, please. Okay. You know, at least they were nice about that one. I guess I'm gonna play a split skin doll just to give myself the chance of drawing a white source. Let's do it like this. I like how the default just completely tries to own you. You see that? They're like, would you like to pump your Vicious Clown first and then trigger the split skin doll's ability? No, I would not. Thanks for asking. What the? Okay. I mean, presumably they have more rooms. Why? Okay. Yeah, I really want to draw land. So I'm gonna Surgical Suite here on the split skin doll. And it's gonna ask me the same silly question. Let's do it like this. Give me a plains? Okay, that's a percussionist. I really want to land. I kind of just want to attack with the percussionist. Alright, we got a damage in. Planes, please! Okay. You know, you asked nicely and they help you out. Okay. This seems like an Orphans of the Wheat cheerleader turn. And, you know, now we have a pretty wide board, so the Glimmer ends up being a lot better too. Look, now it's like if I lose this game, it's like, hey, I got to play my spells. I missed a couple land drops, but, you know, I got to play my spells, so we're just going back and forth. Clammy Prowler. I don't know if that was a sideboard card, but very, very effective against this board, at least. Wow, they have all the Soul Ragers. Okay. I can turn this into a 6/5? Huh. Okay. Well, I definitely need to attack. I can turn it into a 5/4. If they double block, it's fine. Yeah, let's keep the percussionist back. And I don't mind trading Orphans of the Wheat for, like, double Soul Rager or the Apparition. I think 6/5 doesn't make any difference because it's going to be an 8/7. An 8 doesn't change what type of creatures I can kill. So putting my opponent in a somewhat of a tough spot. If they double block, I just jump scare. So that's really good for me. Yep. Hey, that was a great jump scare. That was a great jump scare. We got the 2/5 and a 2/2 off the battlefield. Fantastic for us. I want to hit a land, so I'm going to block. Okay, hit the land. It's just I really want to play Lionheart Glimmer, so that was the thing. So we play this. Infernal Phantom is kind of annoying, I will say. Because they get to block with the Phantom and, like, kill multiple things. I can attack with the Cheerleader and Orphans of the Wheat. Anyways, we'll play it. And then this can be a 5-power creature. I mean, I can just tap everything. And make it a 6-power creature. That kills 2 things. Sure. I'm just not really in any danger of dying here, so. And 6/5 is huge because I will at least be able to eat 2 creatures here. Man, next turn I can flip over the other Lionheart Glimmer. That's so much damage. Wow, they took all of it. I guess 2 of their creatures have Vigilance. Land would be pretty good. Okay. All right, well, now we just... I mean, this is lethal. Okay! Turn it around for game number 2. Turned it around for game number 2. Clammy Prowler. Clammy Prowler. Let's think here. I already have Betrayer's Bargain. I have a couple of jump scares, which helps. There's the 5/3 reach creature, but they have Dragonfire, so this is just so awkward against that. I'll just keep it the same. If that Ripchain Razorkin was a 4/4, maybe. Or a 3/5. 3/5 is a good stat line. Alright, good hand, please. I don't have any 2s, but I have a Plains, 2 Mountains, and a 3-drop, and a Betrayer's Bargain. I think I gotta keep. I have a Split Skin Doll here. I think I'm supposed to play it turn 2. Doesn't feel good, obviously. But gotta do what you gotta do. Let's discard the Playmate. I think the Peeper's actually good in their deck, so I'll take that trade. Keeping the board relatively clear so my Vicious Clown can get in is pretty nice. Yeah, I don't know. Jump Scare versus Ragged Playmate. I feel like Jump Scare is going to be nice at just saving my creatures. And thought that there was a pretty decent chance I'd find another creature in time. Most Valuable Slayer was about as good of a draw as you can hope for. And they missed the land drop, so this is amazing. And we get to play Lionheart Glimmer next turn. That is all really, really great. If they had Glassworks, I think they would have killed my Clown. So I don't think they have that. They could play the Infernal Phantom this turn. The Clammiest Prowler. Oh, we do have the Betrayer's Bargain for that, but I think this is just a Lionheart Glimmer. And we simply just attack with the Vicious Clown. And it's going to be a 6/4 First Striker. Let's go. Let me just double check, because can I attack with this? It doesn't really do much. All right, let's just do that. So they can't, even if they double block, it doesn't work. All right, this is great. So now we have Jump Scare and Betrayer's Bargain as things we can cast next turn. So this is going to be huge. Let's see what they do. All right, those are all things I am not concerned about. So I think Betrayer's Bargain on the Prowler to start things off makes blocks really, really tough for them. So I think I want to do that. I'm not going to be able to play Orphans of the Wheat, but I think that's fine just because this turn is going to be so devastating. So let's pay 2. Let's kill the Prowler. And then let us attack with everything. And let's give MVS First Strike. And depending how they block, like if they let one of the creatures, if they don't block Most Valuable Slayer and let another creature through, that's Jump Scare for the win, right? It's going to be really awkward when I play a post-combat Orphans of the Wheat. But I think I want to keep up Jump Scare to just like devastate their board. Like they can double block Vicious Clown to kill it. And just take some damage. Or they can chump. Okay? If they do that, they're dead. Woo! All right. We are 2-0 here. 2-0. We just have to lose every game 1, apparently. That game 1, man, that was frustrating. But our opponent also missed some land drops there, so I guess it balances out. All right, this is a big one here, okay? We have 2 games left, or 2 matches left. And we need to win one of the next two with our Boros beatdown deck. All right, let's have a good game one. Let's have a good game one. Okay, let's see. I have a 1-drop and a 3-drop and 2 lands. I gotta keep this. We have the turn 1 Percussionist. We are on the draw, so land number 3 would be great. Jump Scare, I don't really care for. All right, black-white for the opponent, and that is an Optimistic Scavenger. All right, it feels like they have a removal spell. I don't know. Obviously, it would have been better to play the Scavenger turn 1, but... Anyways, at least next turn I can play the Face Gallery if they don't kill my Scavenger. Please give me a 3rd land. Like... Oh, man. This feels like a prized amalgam. That's why I attack with this, because I'm actually happy to get a trade with Jump Scare on a prized amalgam. And then, yeah, anyways. Let's discard our 5-drop. Oh, they have a Reanimator deck? Come on, deck! Oh, so frustrating. Where do I want to put this counter? Probably Arabella, because the Percussionist can just trade. The question now is, am I willing to trade Scavenger here for Fanatic? No, let's just do this. Okay. They're at 11, but they have Vile Mutilator. We drew not a land. Gosh. Alright. Well, they're gonna reanimate the thing, and that's the thing. Like, we couldn't really punish them enough because we missed land drop number 3. Just lose every game 1. Lose every single game 1. It is what it is. Removal spell at least would be good. Yeah, I can't even play the most valuable Slayer. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? I'm just playing my hand. If they reanimate it again, so be it. Okay, Unsettling Twins, sure. Wow, their deck's looking pretty nice. Well, I absolutely need to kill that. They should have held it. Wow. I mean, I have to kill this, so... Alright, we're just chilling. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Alright. Okay, I mean, that's... I've actually, Reanimator... I never draft Reanimator because I think it's pretty bad, but their deck definitely did its thing. They have a Nowhere to Run as well. Do I have any Graveyard hate? Not really. Yeah. Like I said, my deck really doesn't have a sideboard, unfortunately. And once again, our streak of losing every single game 1 continues. Alright. Play first. I'll keep this 4 lands, so hopefully we don't draw any more lands. So, turn 2 Cheerleader, turn 3 Ticket Booth or Glassworks. It's a totally fine hand. I don't know that we would have won that last game anyways. They just got to reanimate Vile Mutilator twice. Usually you're not going to beat somebody who reanimates Vile Mutilator twice. Especially in our deck that has a bunch of rooms in it too. Nuh-uh. Alright, it looks like Seize from Slumber. No? Okay. Let's play Ticket Booth here. Shepherding Spirits. Okay, so that's a reanimation target. Maybe I should board in a Fear of Immobility just to have a big thing to tap one of their things, you know what I mean? Oh, I do need... Yeah, okay, Surgical Suite. I do need to be mindful of creatures because of that. It's actually kind of interesting. Like, I want to pressure my opponent, so maybe Hospital Room is just what I want to do here. Yeah, let's just get it going. It's not like the most exciting thing, but now that it's in play, like, it's tough for my opponent, right? Yeah, and I'm getting very aggressive here, so let's go Glassworks on the face down card. Which was a Valve of God's Faithful. Let's play the face gallery. And let's put a counter on the face down card. To attack through the Unsettling Twins. And this is an attack for 8. We're getting them super duper low. They're probably going to reanimate on the Cheerleader. On the, yeah, Shepherding Spirits, rather. So a lot of options here. Oh, this thing still attacks for 5, by the way. Right? So I just double strike and they're just like super duper dead. Yeah, okay. So this, I give a counter. So this attacks for 5, so Shepherding Spirits has to block. So my face down card is also free attack. This is amazing. Yep. And it's still just eat Shepherding Spirits. Yeah, they're so dead. Ticket booth. I mean, not dead. Obviously they can cast something big here and get back into it. But the fact that all I did was flip a room and kill their 4/5 is huge. That's what I meant. And we still have a lot more things to flip, or a lot more rooms to unlock here. Like, they could play Damnation here, right? But they absolutely need to kill my Cheerleader. They could have come back wrong. So, given that they're at 4, I want to flip Shattered Yard. Cheerleader is a lethal attack, so I'm just gonna see what they do. If they kill my Cheerleader, I can use Surgical Suite to get it back. So that's the plan. Yeah, so they murdered that. And now I have mana to get it back, and then also Shattered Yard. And then we can Painter Studio next turn. So, a lot of pressure from a lot of different angles. Vile Mutilator, they just die. Oh no, they don't just die. It'll chump, but... Looks like another Emerge from the Cocoon or something? The life gain on that card is really nice. But all the rooms here are the reason why I decided to play a few more lands than you would normally anticipate in a red-white deck, especially with our curve being so low. Is just... Every turn, we just have stuff to do with our mana, right? Alright. Once again... Although my opponent's deck is quite good for a reanimation deck. You know, this actually blocks Mutilator and the Shepherding Spirits. I'm considering playing this. But I don't know what I would like to cut. That is the issue with this deck. It's just like everything seems pretty good. And if I'm in a situation where I have to block their big things, that's not a good place to be anyways, so... Like, I can't just be like, yeah, I get to defensively deal with a Vile Mutilator. That's not where you want to be. Although 5 power is not bad, I will say. Alright, couple of jump scares. You don't want to ever see, like, multiple jump scares in your hand, but... To be fair, they've been awesome. They've won me a bunch of games, so I cannot complain. Overlord of the Baelmerk turn 2. Okay. That's... silly. That's super duper silly. Just turn 2? All right, we gotta kill them dead. We have to kill them dead. Don't kill my Arabella. Wow. I mean, I guess we get it back, so. I guess we get it back. How am I killing this thing? Like, I cannot kill this thing. I have a one Betrayer's Bargain, I guess. They missed it. Wait. They didn't play the cheerleader? Come on. But the thing is, I can't really play around Seize from Slumber. So I'll just play MVS and attack. Yeah. Man, great draw from the opponent. The only thing is they don't have a land. I actually don't know if Hospital Room is better or worse than just Ragged Playmate here. I guess I should just kill Cheerleader and just clear the board. Yeah, let's just clear the board. And just use all of our mana and hope. I really want them to like tap out. So my jump scares will actually work. Oh no. Okay, that's annoying. Yep. Okay, that's an optimistic scavenger. They're at 16 life. That is a very, very high life total. So I can... okay, hold on. Let's think about this. I can Hospital Room, target most valuable Slayer, give Ragged Playmate first strike, and Jump Scare still attacks through everything. So I'm going to do that. Maybe I should put the +1/+1 counter on the Playmate. No, wait. Hold on. No, I don't. So let's give Ragged Playmate... No, this is Hospital Room. When did they discard Vile Mutilator? Oh, turn 4 off of this. Yeah. I mean, this is the best that we got. They're still at 16, so despite them stumbling a little bit on mana, they just had Seize from Slumber plus Comeback Wrong, plus Fanatic of the Harrowing, turn 2 Bailmerk. Like, this is just kind of everything that you want. So, let's say they reanimate the Vile Mutilator here. Although they have been missing land drops. So there's that. I guess that's our hope. But if they miss land drops, that means they still have plays. Oh, another Fanatic? Okay. That's annoying. Because now, they get to play around that. They discarded a land and didn't play a land for turn. Wow. Okay, so if I flip this, I can put a counter on Ragged Playmate. And then when I attack, I can put another counter on Ragged Playmate. I can also do it to Most Valuable Slayer. I mean, I certainly want to flip this. They're just going to keep getting it back, which is the problem. All right, let's distribute the love. So they're just going to block with Fanatic again. But I'm just trying to, I'm trying to put pressure on in the form of different permanents. Okay, they drew land number 5. The thing is, why did they discard a land on the previous turn? That seems like a horrible mistake. Unless they just have multiple lands. But they didn't play land number 5 on the previous turn. Yeah, I don't get it. But it doesn't matter. We got reanimated out. The double discard on the Fanatic of the Harrowing was also really good. All right, they're at 9 life. Oh, man, the jump scares would have actually been quite nice. But, like I said, Biomutilator is an absolute house against us. You know, my biggest issue with the black-white deck is just how it's just the inconsistency. The power is there, and the late game is great, but like if you just draw these cards, whew. But Fanatic of the Harrowing definitely helps with that. I'm not blocking. You can get all your creatures back. We're at 16. They have a cheerleader. Land was not ideal. This is awkward because, like, let's see. I have to put a +1/+1 counter on this. Basically, the idea here is I want to try to force through damage. They have 3 cards still. I mean, I can just make. No, I can't put a counter. No. Yeah, so I can put I can make Most Valuable Slayer really big and also attack with the Playmate. They have 4 mana up. I can also attack with just this and hit them for 4. Yeah, let's just do the unblockable thing. I kind of don't want to put the counter on this, you know? Oh, yeah. I mean, figured they had some kind of removal spell. Oh well. You know, we tried. It's like we played a real game of Magic for the most part, and we got reanimated out, and then, of course, the turn 2 Overlord certainly doesn't help us. They have a lot of good removal, and yeah, this was probably going to be the end. Our scrappy Boros deck. Gotta hope for a 3-1 here now. I think my deck is capable of beating this deck, but not with this draw. Alright, let's see what we draw. A 9 damage burn spell off the top. Honestly, Jump Scare would have been really close, actually. But we already have 2 in the graveyard. Oh. Yeah, if I could give unblockable. Maybe they forget to block. Damn, they saw it. Alright. GG's. GG's, Donut. Nice deck. Overlord of the Baelmerk seems absolutely ridiculous in black-white. You play that thing on turn 2, you just can't lose. Okay, 2 and 1. Everything on the line here. Win and into the second draft. Let us draw well. Let us make it into day 2 with our scrappy little red-white deck. Opponent on the play. Already sadness. Lost the die roll. Opening hand. Fine. 2-drop, Glassworks, a trick, and an expensive card. Would love to draw another creature or 2 while I'm curbing out. Patchwork Beastie turn 1. Something I don't want to see. I do have the Glassworks to kill it eventually. Forest into Manifest Dread. Wow, okay, so they're doing the Delirium thing. I will play Arabella. The nice thing about this Arabella is I can jump scare Ragged Playmate. Oh, it looks like they might have a bites, Monstrous Emergence. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh, they missed on a land, though. That is great. Okay, and they hit land number 3, which is also not great. Their deck looks good. I mean, all the cards in the graveyard I like. And we don't have much going on. And they have a Spine Seeker send. Yeah, this is a disaster. Full stop. This is a disaster. Big props to our opponent not attacking with the beastie there with the white mana available. I wanted to get rid of the vigilance creature. All right, I just don't want to draw mountain. All right, threats around every corner. Yeah, this is just a really nice value delirium deck. Like, I absolutely need to go first with a good draw to even have a chance. Yeah, I said I don't want to draw mountain. I don't think I was heard. Arabella's not bad. Our only hope was them kind of missing on... Oh, gosh. Swarmweaver, huh? This deck is like the dream Golgari deck. Wow. Well... what can you do? Not a damn thing. You know, this... like... at least give me a Plains. Right? Like, at least give me a Plains. Come on. If you give me a Plains, I can at least play the Glimmer. I mean, this card's probably a big creature. Like I said, I mean, my deck is capable. I have to get kind of lucky. Like, I have to curve out super well. But the thing is, if I play against another good synergistic deck with bombs, especially Swarmweaver, and they're playing Winter's Intervention, this seems like truly a nightmare matchup. But never give up. Yeah, they just have... they have all the tools to survive. And so it's going to be tough. We need to draw like in the top 90 percentile of our mana curve to have a chance. But hey, don't give up, right? Don't give up. We've lost every single game 1 in this series, but we've gone to game 3 every single time. So this deck, it's not terrible. Like, it's still capable of winning. Okay, here we go. On the play. Completely keepable hand here. 3 lands, Arabella, Orphans of the Wheat, and Ragged Playmate. I'm just going for... oh, come on, man. I'm going for the highest upside play here in the Arabella. Like, if you have the emergence, you have the emergence. This is actually interesting. It's like Ragged Playmate or Orphans of the Wheat. Ragged Playmate gives us unblockable. Let's go with Ragged Playmate. I just want to keep attacking, getting as many triggers of Arabella before they kill it, and keep things going from there. They kept something on top, so it's going to be a removal spell, probably. Might be a coordinated clobbering. Spineseeker Centipede, okay. I don't even need to give this unblockable. Yeah, so let's go Orphans of the Wheat. Percussionist. Make this unblockable. And just try to squeeze in every single point of damage possible. Alright, they're at 12 life. They need removal. Now, they can have murder, of course, all kinds of stuff. But, hey, Ragged Playmate with Orphans of the Wheat is also really strong. So we'll see what they do. I imagine Arabella's going to die. Oh, the thing is, if they... Yeah, so now that they have the second black source... Oh man, Fear of Lost Teeth as well. Whew, rough matchup. Okay. Like I said, I just need to hope they draw poorly. Actually killing the Playmate makes a lot of sense. Oh, Winner's Intervention. Yikes. Yikes. That's not good. Oh. Is that what your turn 4 play was? Kill both of my creatures. Okay. Not bad. Well played. Ugh. Do I let's see. Artifact, creature, instant, enchantment, I guess. Alright, I kind of need to find a second mountain here. I don't understand how my opponent has a loss. Their deck is... you know what? Honestly, they probably played against another, like, value deck. Because they're... Ugh, Jesus Christ. What... You know, it's okay. Like, this is obviously very disappointing. Like, it's extremely disappointing. But, at the same time, I ran into this deck, which was fantastic. And the previous deck was an awesome Reanimator deck, right? So... And we just have a very average Boros deck. We had a really good start here too. But they had the answers and then slammed their bomb with the turn 1 Beastie to get a Turbo Delirium. You know, there's honestly not much to be done here, so... They have 2 cards still. Yeah. Their deck is fantastic. This might have even been boarded in, which is really good against me. This thing has Death Touch. Oh, man. You know what? I have like a 50% win rate with Boros. And we're just keeping that streak alive. We're just keeping that streak alive. Yeah, let's see here. No, 50. Oh, it's gone up. It's at 57% now. But... You know, despite it being one of the top performing archetypes, I don't do particularly well with it. But this is the end of the line. Sadly, I just don't have a great answer to the Swarm Weaver. I guess I could theoretically kill this and then I don't have to worry about Death Touch, so that's the best. Wow. Oh, they have many beasties, okay. I'm at 15. Trade with the Centipede, probably. Oh yeah, I take 1 every time that happens. Oof. Well, I mean... They have 2 Swarm Weavers! Are you kidding me? 2 Swarm Weavers? What? I gotta hit them with the nice. 2 Swarm Weavers is outrageous. Are you kidding me right now? Oh my gosh. Does a jump scare do it? You know, jump scare would have been close. 2, 3, 10. That would be 10 damage. Wow. 2 Swarm Weavers, huh? Oh, and Under the Skin to get it back. Their deck is bananas. You know what? They deserve to make it into the second draft with their deck, okay? I'm going to keep it real with all of you. They deserve to make it, not me. Their deck is significantly better. I'm at 8 life. So I block these 2 and I take 8. Yeah. They just block, drain me, etc. Double Swarm Weaver Delirium. And it's like a perfect Delirium deck. Double Beastie. Whew, I am jealous. I am jealous. Awesome deck, man. Really, awesome deck. Like, even though there's a lot on the line, it's like, there are only certain things that I can control. Right? Obviously, I can't control my opponent's drafts and what they end up with, and this is just exactly what you want. So, they, you know, well played. Great deck. And good luck. But good luck in the next draft. Oh, that's unfortunate. I really wanted to make the second draft here. Really, I think this is the 5th Arena Open that we've played in. We won 2K twice, and we failed to make the second draft twice. And then once I was 4-0 and then went 1-2 in the second draft. So that's kind of it. Sadly, our run ends here with a pitiful 2,500 gems here, unfortunately. I will claim it soon, but what went wrong? Well, I'm going to have to review the draft to see if this was actually the colors that I needed to be. But ultimately, you know, we opened that Flood Pitch Drowner. We first picked that Optimistic Scavenger over the Wandering Creature. I don't think the Wandering Creature would have changed anything. Maybe I should have just like forced Blue White or something. We did open Overlord of the Flood Pits in the last pack, which would have been awesome. But our red was still fine. Double Percussionist, Bargain, Painter Studio, double Glassworks. Like, I'm not upset with that. And pack 2 was great with the double Arabella. So, you know, this was just kind of your bread and butter Boros deck. But the problem is, if your opponents have a good deck built to stabilize, then of course our late game is just not quite as good. And both our last round opponent's deck, I'm just never beating in a million years. Like that third round opponent's deck, I think I could beat. Like, I think if I play them a decent number of times, like I can win half those games. But that last round opponent, I think my opponent's probably like a 75-25 favorite against me. Their deck was fantastic, so good luck to them in the last one. So sometimes that happens, and especially when in a deck like this where we're really kind of leaning, I mean, we have no rares, we're just leaning on combat tricks, curving out, and we had kind of all the cards that you wanted. Maybe could have used like another MBS or something like that, but you know, this is just kind of what you expect. This is just a very average Boros deck, and it just didn't quite have what it took to get it done. Like against matchups like that, I probably need cards like Midnight Mayhem into Lionheart Glimmer, into more Midnight Mayhems or something like that to get it to work. But sadly, end of the road. End of the road here for us. No second draft, which is extremely disappointing. Drafted this format a ton. I've had plenty of success in this format, but we're also going up against a lot of players who understand the format as well, right? Format's been around for a few weeks, and you cannot get there every single time, right? Even the best players, and I'm not close to the best players. You've seen the mistakes that I make, but I try my best. And in these matches, especially my losses, I think a lot of them were kind of out of my control. And so we did the best that we could with the resources that we had. And sadly, we came up just a little short and was unable to make it to day 2. So best of luck to all the drafters who made day 2. My Sunday has now been freed up. I'm going to edit this video. This is going to come out on Monday, and you will get to experience the heartbreak with me. But it's okay. We have another Arena Open, I'm sure, coming up next month, and you better believe that I'm going to jam that event and try my best to win another $2,000. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support my channel in another way, the best way to do so is through my Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. The link is in the description below. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel along with videos, a bunch of extra things. Make sure you check it out for all the different membership tier benefits. Additionally, check out tcgplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to pick up booster boxes or singles for your local FNM or for drafts at home or for Commander, whatever you need, check out tcgplayer.com. Make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic Gathering supplies and accessories. We're talking about deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and more. heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, it hurts. It does hurt. I'll see you tomorrow.